Shed Sunday session. This evening we were going to chat about a few things ferro rod. A couple of things get out of the way first. Apologies if my voice breaks halfway through this. I think I'm coming down with some of that dreaded wintertime lurgy. So yeah, be ramming in the vitamin C over the next couple of weeks. Things just to pep us up a little bit for the colder season ahead. So ferro rods, ultimate bit of outdoorsy kit, great all-weather fire starter. And now personally, I'm not a massive fan of the strikers that come with the rods. So over the years, we found a few alternative things that we can use instead of the manufactured striker that comes with. So what has been a go-to for many years has been the up and L. So the up and L blades have a really sharp 90-degree angle on the spine, the back of the knife, and it really throws some awesome sparks with minimal effort. Now this little number, I think it's a number 6 carbon blade. I carried this around. This was one of sort of my early bushcrafty blades. Carried it in my knapsack, but the more I looked into it, it's not a UK legal carry because of that spinning ring. It's classed as a lockable knife, and it's, you know, if you had that in your pocket and you got pulled over, you'd be in trouble. Now I know you can pop the ring off to make it a non-locking blade, but I like that feature because I've had a few knives start closing my fingers in the past. So I started steering away from the up and L, but you can see, I don't know if you can just make out just along the bottom there where I have used it. Actually, over time, it started to burn and damage the wood. So alternatively, what I tend to use as my everyday, so this is at home and especially in work, big fan of the Victorinox, the Swiss Army knife. I'm not too sure what this model is. 2 blades, but one feature that I really like is the saw. I use this all the time, and again, really good 90-degree spine on the back, so we can chuck some good sparks. Blades out, it's not going to damage or melt any of the plastic. But, you know, big warning, there's no locking mechanism. You get that wrong, that's going to come down on your fingers. You're going to know about it. So it was maybe 2 years ago that I came across a video on YouTube, and I believe, it's a Scottish fella, I believe it was Swamp Valley, and he brought to my attention, there's a bit on a Swiss Army knife that is underutilized. And with a little bit of modification, you can turn it into a brilliant ferro rod striker, and that is the can opener. Now, really sharp blade. You got your flathead screwdriver at the end, but actually, this section here, when it comes from the factory, it's got a nice rounded, smooth edge all the way around. And this bit has no purpose. Unlike the bottle opener end, they thought, oh, we'll utilise that bit. We've got a wire stripper in there. But on the can opener section, it's just left blank. And that's where this chap on Swamp Valley said, if you grab yourself a file, okay, you can take that rounded edge off. And create you can create a really nice, you can make that out, 90-degree on the inside of the can opener. And the big bonus for this is because when we're going to use it, we're going to use it against the joint, so there's no chance of that closing down. I mean, I remember using this as a screwdriver, it's 15-20 years ago. I was working on making a bunk bed, and this thing closed up, and that blade is lethal, and it cut. Oh, I think we're make that out. Oh, everyone's got one of these. There you go. The blade just cuts straight through the flesh, so I'm really cautious about these things closing on you. But the beauty of this is we're going to work with the joint. Chucks off loads of sparks. Really good angle. It's away from the plastic, so it's not gonna melt the scales of the folding of the Swiss Army knife. I carry this on a daily basis as my because as a climbing instructor, so up and down wedding rings are lethal. I don't know if you've never heard of de-gloving, Google it. It's not pretty, so I've opted for this silicone ring. Wedding ring stays on there, but the boys bought me this, I believe it was a Force Fundamentals little ferro rod that sits on there, and that I carry around with me every day. The Swiss Army knives carry around with me every day, and it makes quite a great good little pairing, and it's that classic everyday carry bit of kit. So for a nice simple modification to something that you're probably carrying with you anyway, or could be, why not take your can opener and just file down that inside edge to give you that great scraping option. If you are a fan of scrapers, Elvis at Force Fundamentals has produced this beast. Now, most scrapers are just a bit hacksaw blade or something, but he's really thought about what he's done here. One edge, see the edge with the little bottle opener, has your normal sharp 90-degree spine, but then on the other side he's put a real sharp bird edge on it. So if you're working with the likes of fat wood or something, you can really remove a lot of material and get a big bundle ready to catch that spark. And if you're wanting, wet weather, you want to remove a lot of material from your ferro rod and just hit it with one spark and get the flame up from it. Really useful. So you've got the two options, just the normal strike or that remove loads of material. I still play with it a little bit more. I did find that bird edge, I was bit down a bit too much into the rod. Let's have a go on this one. That's with a big bird edge. It's a bit bitey, but just with the normal 90 degrees, plenty coming off there, nice and controlled. But for something that you can carry around with you every day, UK legal, safe, it's not going to close on you, I'd highly recommend taking the time and just filing the end or the inside edge of your can opener on your Swiss Army knife. Hopefully that was useful for you. If it's something, if you've not heard of it before, brilliant. I'd love to hear. Pop a comment on there. Like I say, there's nothing new in bushcraft. Everyone's sharing. I nicked that. I believe it's Swamp Valley. Find them on YouTube. But yeah, happy Sunday, folks. So we've just got some fireworks starting outside now. I hope you have a lovely Halloween, and I'll chat to you next week with something new and something bushcrafty. Cheers, folks. Take care.